Hey everybody, Weem here. Welcome back to Medieval Engineers. I've just paid some taxes up on this guy, so it's good for at least a few hours. the other one we have over here for the primary region that we're actually currently in, I think I've got a good 10 or 12 hours there. I do need to gather a number of things or, find some stuff to shove in there to make sure that we're all paid up and good. But today's the day. Today is the day that we put down walls. I'm actually pretty excited about this. I've already got the one down from earlier. We don't need the claim block here anymore, but we need this guy. The spikes are not as important, at least initially. We can get to that a little bit later, but there is, there it is, a Palisade gate. Let's get that down. I think everything's going to start with the gate, right? I think that's going to be the key thing. And let's see, we have 4 timber and 8 sticks needed to get this going. I don't think I have the timber. I do not. So we're going to have to chop down some trees. We have the sticks. That's not a problem. You can see just how big this thing is. It's kind of crazy big. Yeah, very big. Let's back our view out here and then move this forward a bit. So I'm thinking about putting the gate like somewhere around here. So I may actually chop these trees down that are here. Yeah, somewhere in here I think would be good, and then we would basically wrap around from there. I know this is kind of a wonky view, but it is kind of cool. Look how far back we can go here. There you go. So anyway, this will be the area, right? Like, I think if I were to center myself, let's run over here. Don't get dizzy. You can see the green borders, and then if I kind of zoom this in from here, wrong button, Weem. Something like here, like this might be the area-ish that we wall in. I think the southern side, this direction down here, would actually be a bit closer, but you get the idea. We're going to make this kind of a small little area here, and I think that'll work out pretty well. But obviously I have quite a bit to do. Lots of tree chopping to do, lots of timbers to be cut. Just lots of work to do in general. Okay, I think we're about ready to place this gate. Now, I went to place it a minute ago and realized I needed metal parts. So I did have to make some more. I'm actually out of iron. We're going to definitely have to go digging at some point. But I think this is probably a good spot right here. So I think we'll just go ahead and do this. We don't want it down on the ground. Something like that. And it opens in. That's okay. I wasn't sure. I was like, which way is it going to open? But I'm okay with this. I think this actually makes sense. So that's okay. We've got the mallet here. Let's kind of step up to here and get this thing cranking. So we'll get this up pretty quickly. And then we'll use this as kind of the base, right? We're going to do walls, and we're going to do from here around. So let's get this finished really quick. We're anxious to see what this looks like here. Cool. Let's go ahead and close those gates. Yeah, very cool. Now this, I guess, looks a little goofy. It's kind of off the ground there, but that's okay. We could probably like clip something into the ground to kind of cover that up, but otherwise it looks pretty cool. So let's see how this works. We just like snap this onto the side here. Is that what that did? It was right around there somewhere. Where'd it go? Was it because it was on the ground? What's going on here? Come on, Weem. How do we line this up here? Let's do it like that. Let's get away from it. There we go. So yeah, something like that. We'll go ahead and place one of those. There we go, and it does it again there. Okay, where are we at? Yeah, so this will leave us a gap here. We'll do a little turn. I might do a rounded one, like maybe come down and then do a rounded one to do the corner. I'm not really sure. I think it would look cool though. Let's just keep going with this. So let's see, how does this work? It's just kind of floating in the air. Maybe when you like hammer these in place, they close the gap down there. I'm not sure. Or maybe I just have to do something like that and I have to go around and finish it. Ooh. that makes building on slopes a little difficult. I don't know. So anyway, I think that's a good start. This kind of visually, we can't just walk through that. Okay, but it gives us a nice visual indicator of what this is kind of going to look like. Okay, it's coming along. I've decided to put the lumber storage here, or build one, right next to the front here, because I'm trying to clear logs out of the way and my inventory keeps filling up. So I need a place to dump these so I can chop up more logs, carry them. You can see all these trees just kind of hanging out here. But they do obstruct the construction here. So Anyway, this is coming along. Like I said, it's looking pretty good. I've gone 5 tiles out that way. I'm going to end up going 5 tiles this way. Then I'm going to want to put down this big round guy, I think. But we need a lot of room for that. So I've really got to clear out some space here and just kind of get to chopping and moving some things around. Okay, I'm starting to lose light here. I'm actually working on this corner. If I walk down here, you can see I did one of the large rounded corners and kind of hammered that out. But let's get in one more. I've been clearing the area because it wouldn't let me place it, but I think it's cool now. And then I made another lumber stack up there. Oh yeah, see, there we go. Let's go ahead and set this there. So there you go. This is going to be this corner. Now I was going to come down. I went 5 tiles the other way. This one is only, I think it's 3, but I didn't want to go that far down the hill. I was like, yeah, this is far enough. So anyway, we've kind of cut it short. I think this will work pretty well though. I've got a lot more wood to chop. I think what I'm going to do is go through the night chopping down trees and storing them in their container. Hey, where'd my... Oh no, what happened? I had the storage right here. It was full. Oh, bummer. I don't know what happened there, but that's unfortunate. Anyway, that was a bunch of wood, but you know what? I have a lot of wood to chop. Wood is not going to be an issue, so forget it, Weem. It's fine. I couldn't actually finish crafting this for some reason. Yeah, it's not doing anything. So anyway, I don't know what's going on there, but it does store wood. So that's fine for now. Like I said, sun's going down. I'm going to work through the night chopping down trees along the path that I need to go on because it's kind of a hassle chopping trees, building walls. Chopping trees, building walls. So I'm just going to really focus on one thing at a time. Get that wrapped around. Actually, I'm kind of curious now that I think about it. How is this going to go? Where's my little cave I dug? I think it's lower. Yeah, it's down there. It is down there. Okay, so we won't wrap the cave into this, but that's okay. Not too big a deal. Okay, so things were coming along pretty well last night, but I've had some issues. I was clearing trees, but then I decided I would just keep building wall anyway. I kind of needed to test just to make sure that it was clear, and so I just ended up putting walls down. Now, this has all gone well over here. I've rounded the corner. I've got the rounded corner there as well, and the wall comes along here. I basically came over to here. I went up. I've come across here, but now a gap has appeared below, which I thought, you know, no biggie because we were fine coming this way. But building from the bottom up seems to be an issue. I can't get it to work right here. So I come down here and highlight. You can see this is what I want right there. Just it won't let me do that. I can't just put it on the ground because that doesn't really match up. It's like behind it a bit. It's not the same. So anyway, I decided to move on to the other side. I carried it down, did my rounded corner, came down here, but started having some issues lining things up when it came to here. I was basically coming over and then having to fill on the bottom, but I couldn't. You could see that this is the top of this section that goes all the way to this point right here, and I couldn't get it to snap underneath. I basically ended up kind of coming at it from the other side, and you could see that it doesn't line up because they're not connected, so I'm off here. Something is wrong. I've thrown out a question to ask about that. I'm seeing an answer right now from Dagan, who says you can use Z to change compound building. It can make the difference of how things snap to the grid. Okay, here's the thing about that. I tried that. Maybe I messed something up, but let's kind of run back over to here where things are a little cleaner. So right now, right, it's not doing what I want it to do. I want that. It says Z. He said Z. So I'm going to hit Z. Tapping it doesn't seem to change anything. Maybe it's like here and you hit Z. No. Shift. No. No, none of that's doing anything. Okay, I might have figured this out. I thought I just need this bottom layer to carry over, but I couldn't see, so maybe if I dig the ground out. Sure enough, I dug that piece out and it let me do this one. So hopefully this lets me connect to the side of this one. There we go. That's what we're looking for right there. Cool. So now I just need to kind of continue this and basically do little pieces that I can see in, and then I should be able to come all the way across. Phew, I think that's going to get me what I want. And yeah, it'll be a little bit bumpy here, but that's okay. I don't think it's too big a deal. So here's a view for you. kind of backed out here. I actually really like the look of the house. I like that it's narrow and has this really tall roof, but it's pretty cool looking. But you can see the wall here kind of coming around, and I resolved my issues, so we're all set on this side as well. Now I'm just wrapping it around. I was going to end up with a gap here that I wasn't sure I was going to be able to resolve, so I just cut it in, and now we'll shoot straight across for the wall on the other side, just about ready to close this up. Then I'll raise some of these levels back here, kind of bring them up a little bit, but yeah, it's looking pretty good so far. Well, believe it or not, I got this thing done. I've got one more piece I want to kind of snap down in here if I can. Get that just like that. And we'll just hammer in the little bit to kind of, a little bit that's needed just to flesh this out really quick. If I can get my mouse over it, there we go. One more hammer there. Okay, cool. And you can see I got the door in here as well. Open this guy up here. Open door. So we have got walls all the way around. I do need to do the second level in some areas. If the goal of today is to get it to where you couldn't just hop in, I think I've got just a couple areas to cover, but it's looking pretty good. Check that out. This being the back side here. It kind of wraps all the way around. Very cool. So there's still much more work to do on the wall, but this is the foundation of it. We really got a lot done here. I've got a little bit of cleanup to do on this side still, but we are close. Can I crouch under here, or am I just still too tall? Ugh, okay, can't get out there. But that's okay. Like I said, some cleanup. Plus I want to go around, I want to do spikes along the top. That may be a project for another day. I'm not really sure, but I just got to do a little bit of cleanup first before the sun goes down. Okay, well, I thought everything was perfect, but in cleaning things up, this wall I realized was cutting about halfway into this one, which was fine because the corners were meeting up. I was like, whatever, it's totally fine. And then I figured out how to perfect this wall, but I'm about to try this again. I had a bit of an issue. You could see if I want to do it here, it's not right. It doesn't line up. If I do it inside of here and rotate it around, place it, looks good, right? I'm going to go ahead and hammer this into place. Just a couple hits. One more. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. There we go. 1 second. Bear with me. So there you go. Look at that. Boom. Lines up great. Perfect. Now we can actually just align it to this one. Right? Now that there's one down there, we got this kind of wall to base this lower one on, and it happens to match the ones above. Looks perfect. We can do the next one here. Kind of just taking you guys along for a ride of what I think just happened, but I didn't notice it until after. So we're still good here. This should be lined up, right? Looks good. Let's hammer this one into place. Again, everything is all lined up on those. Perfect. Okay, that one looks good. And here's where I think I lost it. Like, this is good, just I'm carrying it on. No, it did it. See, look at that. It offset all of these as soon as I made it touch this wall here. And I think it's because they're just kind of off. This one that's here is like on the inside, while this one's on the outside or something. And so once I touched those two, it was like, okay, let me correct for this. So I think I have to leave it this way, which I don't know if that's a big deal, but we're going to leave it, and that's why. Okay, well, I couldn't handle it not matching, as I'm sure many of you can understand, probably would be in the same position. I had to get this figured out. So I knew that this wall here was good, and then we just had a mismatch over here. So I actually took this wall out over here and fixed the bottom, and that worked all the way around this corner. But I kind of realized in thinking about it that this has got to be right, that this matches that side and it goes all the way around. So I found my issue. Basically, all the wall has to be replaced from here all the way back to here. And basically, it was the curved wall I put in here. When it went into the ground, I couldn't see that it actually wasn't connected to this wall. It was close, but it was just off. So I'm not even going to fiddle with the rounded corner up here because it was way too much of a hassle to try to get that matched up. I think I'm just going to square up this corner. I've got the bottom part coming across here. I actually had to go under the door to make this, to make sure it was all lined up, because I couldn't get the lower portion connected to the bottom of these guys. So basically I just carry the line through the bottom, and that's going to get me all the way over to here. And all of this, though, this whole length and that bend down there has to come down. Now, fortunately, I wasn't fully hammering these out. You could see 56%. That's kind of where you need to get it to, for it to kind of fill in and look like it's completed. So that's all these are. So fortunately, I don't have to take down the full 100%, but still, it's a good chunk of wall that's got to come down. So one of the things people asked about as well was combat. And in Medieval Engineers, you have barbarians that will periodically show up and attack you, attack your base. And here on the server, I've only ever seen one barbarian, despite in single player seeing them all the time. And here is one. I was like, what is going on over here? One of these guys is just bashing away at the wall. I'm assuming it's just one. Let's actually step in here, because I want to try the crossbow out. I'm going to have to find that. I don't exactly remember. Cool. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Let's equip this to, let's see, 5. Whoa. Okay, we're going to try this guy out. Let's try to squeeze through. I put a chest on the door. Probably not the best idea there. Whew. Okay. Where'd he go? Oh, he's still there. Okay. So I'm still having wall issues, and even trying to resolve my wall issues has been problematic. I can't just put walls down at this level down here. So yeah, what I've come to realize is that when it comes to walls, I think the best thing to do is to start from the very lowest point. So this would have been the best spot for me to start at, and then go from there, because building a wall on top of a wall is not a problem, but building down, that's just an issue. Okay, let's go over here. We're going to try and shoot from third person here. I haven't done this before. There he is. Did I hit him? Does this take a bit to reload? I probably should have equipped some other weapon. Give me your stuff. Berries? That was it? It's no good. Now, he did have a club. And then we were rolling over here. There it is. We'll go ahead and scoop that up. Let me just switch back to this view here. Okay, so I've got a club I can beat at one of these guys when they show up. But that was it. You saw it was pretty straightforward. If I come across another one, maybe I'll pull out the club, or maybe we'll have a sword by then. We'll fight him that way. Not with ranged, but because I know that was very anticlimactic. He was just down. But there you go. That's a look at that. We'll probably get more. Honestly, I thought the way it works, and in single player it seems to be this way, is you get attacked by 1, then the next time it's by 2, the next time by 3. It just keeps escalating. So there's probably something about a server like this that changes that. And so we just get 1 occasionally. Okay, you guys, I am super tired. You can see up in the upper right corner that I still have some taxes to pay, or I now have some new taxes to pay. I think the new claim block is getting low over there on the right. But I've been staying up, trying to clean these walls up, and I've got it. I basically had this lower level on this side I knew I was good on, and the upper portion of the right side over there as I was bringing around was good, but I couldn't build underneath it, so I just basically joined the two, took everything out in between, and we are good. Some of these I have to finish up, but you could see that we are connected, everything's even, everything's cool. Whew. Now, it's not symmetrical by any means. You can see I dipped it in here at different points, mostly so I wouldn't have large gaps underneath, since this was basically as low as I could go with it. So I think that's okay, and I may put some walls here, maybe in front of this or something, to kind of cover that gap. I'm not really sure, but I'm also not too concerned right now. For now, I've got it going good enough, and I get to call it. So I do want to thank you guys for watching. As always, I really appreciate it. I'm going to crash. Hope you guys come back next time.